Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group. Now, I will teach you switchgear and protection. This is my second lecture. Today we will discuss about normal and abnormal conditions of power system, types of faults and their causes. Now these are included into module 1 of your subject switchgear and protection. Normal condition of power system. Most of the time power system operates in normal operating condition. A power system is said to be in normal state if bus voltage and frequency and current are within specified limit and active and reactive power are balanced. So under normal operating condition, the power system equipment or lines carry the normal voltage and current, which result in a safer operation of the system. Obviously, if the value of voltage, current, frequency are all within specified limit, then it results in a safer operation of the system. Next is abnormal condition of power system. Now, if a fault occur in any part of the power system does not remain in the normal operating condition. Values of voltage, current and frequency are not within the specified limit and current is also diverted from its desired path. Next one is fault. Now, day by day the electrical power system is growing in size and complexity in all sectors. Generation, transmission, distribution, in all sectors. Types of faults like short circuit fault in the power system network result in severe damage of the system and reduce the reliability stability of the system. So, what is electrical fault? An electrical fault is the deviation of voltage and current from normal value or state. Now, electrical fault is caused by equipment failure such as transformer, generator, motor, or it may be caused by human error, or it may be caused by environmental condition like lightning. Okay. So, from this discussion, you have a clear idea why fault is important in power system. So, fault detection and analysis are necessary to select or design the suitable switchgear equipment like relay, circuit breaker, fuse or other protective devices. Next one is the effects of fault. So what are the effects of fault? Usually the power system network protected with switchgear protection equipments. Okay. Why? Because to limit the loss of service due to electrical failures. Now, if electrical network are subjected to a fault, the characteristics value of the machine such as impedance changes. Okay. So, and it also causes overcurrent, under voltage, unbalances of phases, reversed power, high voltage surges in the system. And this results is in the interruption of the normal operation of the network and it damages the equipments and causes the electrical fires. Next one is the classification of fault. Now, fault is classified into two groups, open circuit fault and short circuit fault. Further, open circuit fault is divided into single phase fault, double phase fault and three phase fault. And short circuit fault is divided into symmetrical fault and unsymmetrical fault. Symmetrical fault is further divided into line to line to line fault and line to ground fault. Unsymmetrical fault is divided into line to ground fault, double line fault and double line to ground fault. Now we discuss one by one. First, open circuit fault. Now this fault occur due to failure of one or more conductors. Open circuit fault is also known as series fault, and this type of fault are unsymmetrical or unbalanced type of fault, except three-phase fault. Okay. Now in this picture, in the first picture, you see that one line is broken, so we called it single phase open conductor type fault, and other two lines are in healthy condition. In the second picture, we see that two lines are broken and the third line is in healthy condition, so we called it two phase open conductor. And in the last picture, all three lines are open. Now in first two cases are example of unbalanced type of faults, and last case is the example of the balanced type of fault. Next one, what are the causes of open circuit fault? Now this fault occur due to failure of one or more than one conductor. The most common causes of this fault include joint failure of the cables and overhead lines, failure of one or more phases of circuit breaker, or melting of a fuse or conductor in one or more phases. So these are the common causes of open circuit fault. Next, we discuss about effects of open circuit fault. What are the effects? Abnormal operation of the system, danger to the personnel as well as animals, exceeding the voltage beyond normal values in certain parts of the network, which leads to insulation failure and developing of short circuit. So although open circuit fault can be tolerated for longer period than short circuit fault, but these must be removed as early as possible to reduce the greater damage. Okay. Next one is short circuit fault. What is short circuit fault? A short circuit can be defined as an abnormal connection of very low impedance between 2 points of different potential, whether made intentionally or accidentally. Now these are the most common and most severe kind of faults, resulting in the flow of abnormally high currents through the equipments or transmission lines. If these faults allowed to persist even for a short period, it leads to the extensive damage to the equipments. Short circuit faults, also called as shunt faults. These faults are caused due to the insulation failure. Now we discussed in another side, failure phase conductor or between earth and phase conductor or both. Now what are the causes of short circuit fault? Now causes of short circuit fault is divided into internal causes and external causes. Internal cause include like breakdown of transmission line or equipment, aging of the insulation, deterioration of the insulation in generator, transformer and other electrical equipments, improper installation and inadequate design. External cause include overloading of equipment, insulation failure due to lightning surge and mechanical damage done by the public. Now the various possible short circuit fault include 3-phase to earth, 3-phase clear of earth, phase to phase, single phase to earth, 2-phase to earth and phase to phase plus single phase to earth. Now the 3-phase fault clear of earth and three-phase fault to earth are balanced or symmetrical short circuit faults, while the other remaining faults are unsymmetrical faults. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about symmetrical fault. A symmetrical fault gives rise to symmetrical fault current that are displaced with 120° each other. Symmetrical fault is also called as balanced fault because the value of voltage and current in all three phases are equal. Okay. This fault occurs when all three phases are simultaneously short circuited, and this fault rarely occur in practice as compared to unsymmetrical faults. There are two kinds of symmetrical faults. I have already mentioned line to line to line fault and line to line to ground fault. So, in their first picture, three lines are short circuited, and in the second picture, three lines are short circuited via ground, short circuited to ground. Okay. So these are the balanced type of fault. Now a rough occurrence of symmetrical fault is in the range of 2 to 5% of total system fault. However, if these faults occur, they cause a very severe damage to the equipments even though the system remains in balanced condition. The analysis of this fault is required for selecting the rupturing capacity of the circuit breaker, choosing set phase relay and other protective switchgear. These faults are analyzed on per phase basis using bus impedance matrix or Thevenin's theorem. Next one is the unsymmetrical fault, the most common fault that occur in the power network. This kind of fault give rise to unsymmetrical currents, and these faults are called as unbalanced fault because they having different magnitude with unequal phase displacement. The value of voltage and current in all phases are different and they are unequally displaced. Now I have already mentioned in earlier slide that unsymmetrical faults is divided into phase or line to ground fault, phase to phase fault or double line to ground fault. Let's discuss one by one. First one is the LG fault or line to ground fault. It is the most common fault and experience with 70 to 80% of the faults that occur in the power system. So 70 to 80% of total faults are LG type of fault. This fault forms a short circuit path between line and ground. In this picture you can see that this line is short circuited to ground. Now these are the very less severe fault compared to other fault. Now this type of fault may be due to heavily wind flow okay, or other causes. Next one is the line to line fault. A line to line fault occur when a live conductor get in contact with other live conductor. In this figure you can see that one live conductor is contact with the other live conductor. Heavy wind are the major causes of this type of fault because in heavy wind condition the transmission lines are swinging, so it may touch together. Okay, and these are the less severe fault and its occurrence rate range is between 15 to 20%. Next one is the double line to ground fault. In double line to ground fault, two lines are come into contact with each other as well as with the grounds. Now in this picture you can see that these lines are come into contact with each other as well as with ground. These are the severe type of fault, and occurrence is about 10% of the total amount of fault. Now unsymmetrical fault are analyzed using method of symmetrical components in order to determine the voltage and currents in all parts of the system. And the analysis of this fault is more difficult compared to symmetrical fault. Now why we are using symmetrical components method? Because unsymmetrical fault is unbalanced, and it is very hectic to calculate the unsymmetrical fault. So by using the symmetrical components method, we transferred this into a balanced set of equation, and then we solved it. Now this analysis is necessary for determining the size of a circuit breaker for larger short circuit current. Now what are the effects of short circuit fault? Arcing fault can lead to fire and explosion in the equipments. Abnormal current cause the equipments to get overheated. The operating voltage of the system can go below or above their acceptance value, that creates harmful effect to the service rendered by the power system. The power flow is severely restricted or even completely blocked as long as the short circuit fault persists. So these are the effect of short circuit fault, and our aim to remove the fault remove the faulty area as soon as possible from the healthy portion of the power system. So for this reason we are using some protection devices. When the fault occurs in any part of the system, it must be cleared in a very short period to avoid greater damage, as I told you in the previous slide. Okay, the fault clearing system uses various protective devices such as fuse, relay, circuit breaker and lightning arrestor. Now we discuss one by one. Fuse. It opens the circuit whenever a fault exists in the system. In earlier days in our home, we use fuse to protect against any type of fault, any type of short circuit type of fault. It consists of a thin copper wire enclosed in a glass or a casing with two metallic contacts. The high current rises the temperature of the wire and hence it melts. A fuse necessitates the manual replacement of wire each time when it blows. So this is the disadvantage of using fuse, because each time we have to manually replace the wire. So we use relay and circuit breaker to overcome these disadvantages. What is relay? Relay does not disconnect the faulty portion from the healthier part of the power system. It only initiates the operation of the circuit breaker. Now there are different types of relay: distance relay, differential relay, impedance or distance relay, differential relay, directional relay, static relay. There are lots of relay we are using in our power system. Next one is the circuit breaker. Now circuit breaker actually disconnect the faulty area. Now it is the most common protection device that can make or break the circuit either manually or through remote control under normal operating condition. Now under normal operating condition, it can make or break the circuit by manually or through remote control, but in faulty condition it break the circuit breaker automatically. Okay. Now these are the several there are several types of circuit breaker. oil circuit breaker, air circuit breaker, SF6 circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker. Okay, last one is the lightning arrestor. What is lightning arrestor? You all familiar with this term, lightning arrestor. Now, surges in the power system network caused when the lightning strikes on the transmission line or equipments. These cause high voltage and current in the system. This lightning fault are reduced by placing lightning arrestor at transmission equipment. Not only in the transmission equipment, in our home we use the lightning arrestor. In substation we use lightning arrestors. Okay, that's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.